people that charge a premium for pro level coaching. It is tough out there when you have a 3-0 person that can barely make contact with the ball hiring Ben Johns for coaching. In my opinion, that's a scam. Ben Johns is probably charging $1 million per hour to give you those tips because that's how much his time is worth. You're better off paying the local person at the park that is a 5-0 player that charges a reasonable rate for you to get that hand-eye coordination going. So that's like the overall overarching period about it, where I don't think coaching is like, I literally think that you can get such high level coaching without paying that crazy price just to have the pro name on it. I understand people want to say they got taught by Camila Zolvetti and Ava Ignatowicz. However, like if you're a 3, yeah, everybody wants to say that. Everyone wants to say that. Obviously, this is. But so I think that having just that pro name where people want to be able to pay the premium just for someone's time just because they're either signed by the tour doesn't necessarily, only because you're signed by the tour doesn't make you a good coach. And then YouTube has basically all pointers you could ever have. The improving, actually, in my opinion, comes from drilling. So for example, maybe once a year meeting with a coach and being like, hey, what do you see in my game? Maybe technique wise, stuff like that. Okay. However, again, you don't necessarily need a pro level coach to fix that you're using the wrong grip. It's such like a disconnect where people just like playing a premium. So I think you watch all of Ben Johns' videos first. And then I think until you are able to properly, let's call it master that, like all of the things, like if you have used the free resources, then it's okay to reach out to Ben Johns. Until then, I think the 4-0 at the park is better off giving you pointers. Again, this is like one of those things where it's like, I think it does not make sense for me to hire Usain Bolt as a sprinting coach if I haven't learned to crawl, you know? But if you showed that video to the equivalent 4-0 golf pro at the golf shop, they would probably know, you know? So It's like, that's what I mean, where it's like, you don't necessarily need the Ben Johnses of the world giving you those pointers when you have like a lot of easy access.